He was instant field position in the Canadian Football League. Many a return against many a team, blowing by many a kicker. The one that really sticks out in your mind, though, I think, is the 1987 Grey Cup on a missed field goal by Lance Chomick at BC Place. He weaved his way and used every inch of the old worn-out turf at BC Place as he took it back for a touchdown, and the Eskimos beat the Argos 38-36, and that was a game at the time that the CFL needed because it was struggling financially big time. And I even think they gave tickets away to that game, and people that got to see Gizmo for free got a steal because Henry the Gizmo Williams was definitely one of the stars that day, and I'm sure he'll be the star here today.
I'm here with Gizmo Williams, CFL Hall of Famer Gizmo Williams, and we're here for an event called Celebrating Excellence, and you're considered one of the best returners of all time. I guess what motivated you to be excellent?
I just refuse not to be stopped in doing things that I want to do. And when I'm out on the football field, my job was to score a touchdown every time I get my hands on it. I know a lot of reporters always ask me, they go, every time you touch the ball, you're trying to score a touchdown. That's my job. And if you didn't want me to do that, if anything was other than green and gold in front of me, I try to seek and destroy it. And it was just fun doing it.
And what would you say was the highlight of your career?
Highlight of my career, it's so many different. I think the one when I went over 23,000 yards and going into the Hall of Fame, I think that was the one, to play. And it was two, the best two I can think of. I played in 87 Grey Cup, and I returned a kick in that for a touchdown. In the 1997 Grey Cup, I returned another one in the Grey Cup. So I did it 2 decades. So I'm the only guy ever done that, so I'm proud of that.
And you have set a lot of records. Is there one that you're particularly proud of?
I think the one I got when I had 320-some yards in one game, and they was all on punt return. And I had 2 touchdowns, 1 call back in that game.
And you lost your parents at a very young age, and you have some siblings. You've lost some of your siblings to MS.
Right.
I was just wondering, I guess, in light of the hard things that have happened in your life, what kept you positive?
I just always looked at that no matter what happened in your life or what goes on, you have to continue to finish the race. And that's what I learned in sports, and sports took that a part of my life. And I know every time someone passes my family, I still have to finish the race, no matter what happened, because you can only worry about things that you can control. Don't worry about things that you can't control. And I think that's what kept me going.
And you've kind of parlayed your career into a successful career as a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
So what's the message that you give to people?
It all depends on. I give a lot of different messages. Tonight probably more of a fun because it's a sport banker, but I do a lot of the stay in school program, drugs and alcohol with kids, overcoming challenges, believing in yourself. And the one thing that, to me, that bothers me more than anybody, people complain about too many things in life. When they look at themselves and you look at someone else, you can always put yourself in. There's always someone worse, and that's the way I look at it. I think that's one of the things that I learned when playing sports. Give you a little bit of the background of it. I went to speak in the school in Red Deer, and there was about 450 kids there, and each one of them was physically disabled. And I never forget one kid that stood out. His name was Brian Wilson, and Brian at the time, he had no arms and no legs, and he couldn't even speak. And I never forget, he was coming up to the front, and he was talking about how important it was that kids take advantage of school and take advantage of life, because he said he couldn't talk, but he had this monitor that talked for him. And he said, I wish I could do some of the things that some other people could do in life. And that broke me down more than anything, because I know I lost everybody in my family, but here go a kid wish he could be in my spot. So those kind of things that make me go every day. Before I go in my speech, I would like Alana. Could you stand up for a minute, Alana? You back there, Miss Alana? And your husband and your son, Mark, they sitting at the back. I just want you guys to know that your dad was special in my life. Ron Lancaster was my coach, and he was like a dad to me, and I want you guys to know I miss him just as much as you guys miss him. I just want to say that to you guys. He means a lot. The reason I say that, because Ron Lancaster was one of those coaches. He was one of those coaches, if you didn't know him personally, you'd think he was excuse my language. But you have to know Ronnie. Ronnie was one of those type of guys. if he said something, he meant it. He didn't care what kind of player you was, where you were from, white, black, tall, Chinese, fat, ugly, skinny. If he said something, he meant that. And I'll never forget when he first came with the Edmonton Eskimos, Ronnie came in there and he changed all the rules. And we was like, no, he can't do this here. We ain't gonna let him do this here. And Ronnie said, you know what, you guys wanna take me to court? And he said, I'm the judge, I'm my own lawyer, and I run this damn team. And we said, that's it. We left it as that. But you know what, there's a lot of the things I want to thank you guys for giving me an opportunity to perform in front of you guys for 14 years. It was nice coming to Regina. But I got to tell you guys got to be the weirdest, wildest damn people I've ever seen in my life. I have never been in a stadium where it ain't but 10,000 people and it's the loudest damn place I've ever been in my life. Like, do you guys do anything else but go to the game on Sunday? I just want to know. I'm just asking. Don't get mad. But I like playing here too. But I got to give you guys the story when I was coming here playing one time, and this is how tough your fans are. You guys got the toughest fans I've ever seen. When I go out to a game, I like to warm up. And I don't talk to the fans. I don't like to talk to the fans. And I run around the field. I'm trying to get in shape, get ready, because I'm psyched out. Because I'm ready to seek and destroy anything that get in front of me. And I'll never forget this one old lady, true story. She was sitting behind the bench. And she was hitting that thing with a cane. Tick, 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 tick. And she said, Gizmo, Gizmo. And I go, I don't talk to fans. And Damon Allen and Tracy Ham said, Giz, go talk to the lady. She's a fan. I go, I don't care. I don't talk to fans. She just kept hitting tick, 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 tick. She said, Gizmo. I go, I don't talk to fans. Damon said, I can't believe. So they made me feel bad. They said, I cannot believe you're not going to go talk to the old lady. So I said, okay, I'll go over there and talk to her. So I ran over there. I go, yes, ma'am. She said, you Gizmo Williams? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, you run a touchdown in here, I'll beat the hell out of you with this cane. And let me tell you guys something. True story. For the whole game, I know I could take this lady out. I know all I got to do is kick her, she'll fall and punch her with no teeth in her mouth. I can beat her up. But you know what happened though? The whole game, every time I touched the ball and I looked behind the bench, I was the only guy kept doing this and she just... Guys, I swear on my mom and dad's grave, after the game, I ran off the football field. Because I did not want you guys to see on TSN, and you know who's going to have the player of the day, ladies and gentlemen, back in Regina. 92-year-old Miss Sally beat out of Gizmo Williams. Look at that play. Look how she beating his ass with that cane. Just look how she beating him with the cane. I just couldn't, honest to God, I never forget that. This lady was serious. Like, you guys really take it that serious? I was up in Tuck, New York, Tuck. Anybody know where that at? Tuck, New York, Tuck. It's past the Northwest Territory. I was speaking up there, 900 people's in the whole town. And I said, how many Edmonton Eskimo fans? You know, they yell, you know, nice. I said, Hamilton, Toronto. I said, so scratching, the whole place went crazy. Golly, that's what they call you guys, ride of pride, don't they? God, you guys, I played 14 years with Edmonton, and I did the survey. I won 5 games here, 5 games. It's hard to win here, man. You guys got something special. It's hard to win here. And people always ask me, what did you experience the first time you ever came to Canada? And you decided to come to play professional football in Canada. They said, what did you experience when you came here? First of all, I didn't know it was this damn cold here. That's the first thing. Second thing, I decided I was going to drive here. I said, you know what? They said, Giz, we're going to give you a nice, contract or whatever. I said, yeah, why don't I just drive to Canada? That'd be nice. I didn't know it was going to take me 6 weeks to get here. So I'm driving. I come across the borderline. Never been down, Fuzz, Mississippi in my life. I come across the borderline. American guy think he all cool. I just bought this brand new 300ZX. You guys say Z. I still don't understand that yet. And I'm driving, and I see the speed limit. I didn't know you guys was in kilometers. I see the speed limit, serious, true story. I see the sign say 110. I go, damn, I'ma love Canada. But I didn't know it was in kilometers. Now listen to me, I'm serious. So I'm driving, And I get on that, I come across the borderline, and I see it, and then it was so funny, you guys got a sign said, at night you can do 100. If you was in the United States, it would say, at night you going to jail if you free speed. So I get up there and I'm just driving. And I say, you know, it can't be true, 110. And by that time in 1986, they had just changed the speed limit in the United States from 55 to 65. And I go, man, I stopped at this place in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and I asked this little kid, I said, how far is Edmonton from here? He said, about 16 hours. I said, not for me, it ain't. No, not for Giz. Let me tell you something. I put that thing in, let me tell you. I was driving, I'm telling you this honest God's truth. Because I figure if I go 110, I'm thinking miles though. What if I do 120? They ain't gonna, say nothing, I was swearing at every Canadian I could think of. You guys drive so slow. I couldn't even believe the rain. You know how you go through them towns and it say 45? Oh, I was going through them suckers flying. When I got to Saskatchewan, this town here, all I saw was that TD Bank, the tallest building. I went through here so fast. I didn't realize how fast I was going until I got the Lord ministered. And the only reason I figured that out, my car started to run low on oil. I guess you would too. Somebody been driving you like that for 12 hours. So I got out of the car, I pulled out the brochure, and I'm like, oh my God. And I see it said kilometers and miles. I was doing almost 200 clicks. And first of all, I know, but now this is the scary part. I'm driving a Tennessee car, Tennessee license plate. I got a Mississippi driving license. I haven't seen one black person in the last 5 days. I know if the cop pulled me over, I'm going to jail. I said, I can't believe that. George, you must have experienced that. I know you did. But I'm serious, I'm speeding, I'm serious. If they pull me over, what I'm gonna say? I got a Tennessee license plate, Mississippi driving license, don't know where the hell I'm going. I drove from, if you ever drove from Edmonton, from Lloydminster to Edmonton, it's probably maybe about an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours and that. It took me almost 3 hours. I was so scared to go. I was so scared because I figured if a cop get me, I'm in jail, man. I'm in jail. And then I just couldn't figure it out. I said, Canada is something else.